Okay, I promise talking about a story, but also in like the topic of it. So I was not too small. I was, playing football when I was in my tens, um, in my teens, and I had this partnership as a defender with another guy. I knew him. He came on and off the team because he played for someone else. But I met him a bunch of times in training at school, and I remember, how good he was playing football, how athletic he was. Time goes by, I don't talk, have talked with, I haven't talked, I didn't talk with him, those kind of things where you don't really know that that time was the last time you will ever have the opportunity to speak with that person. And time went by, and last year I was talking with a friend, and we were just chatting, and he said, you know him. I said, yeah. What about him? And my friend said, yeah, he's dead. And you get shocked when you hear something like that. A person didn't necessarily know extremely close or that close, but I knew him and he knew of me, and we played football together and such. The shock came, and it was weird. I had to fact check, and it turned out he did pass away, move on, last year. And it was, I'm not sure, I believe it was in the area of cancer. And he's just as young as me. And I'm trying to deep understand. I wouldn't be able to actually understand unless I've actually experienced that feeling. But what do you think his thoughts, was he afraid? Was he scared, stressed out? What was going on inside his mind when he was told, or indirectly or directly, I don't know anything about his story in that, but when he realized that I am not going to be able to fail at my classes. I'm not going to, not that is not what I'm trying to say, but he's not going to have the opportunity to succeed after that deadline. He won't be able to do this and that. He won't be able to watch the World Cup this year. It's this year. He won't be able to watch that. Everybody else and the entire world will continue and move on, while he won't. He will be stuck, and he won't be able to move further from that date that he died. And it's just, it seems impossible. It seems outer worldly, whatever it is. It's such a huge thing that I and many of us can't possibly know what that thing feels like, how it is and stuff like that. Some have that chance, unfortunately, but imagine you have all these plans, you have all these worries. I stress about the exams, career, all those stuff like that. Eventually having to pay for a house, a car, which sounds like burdens. But he's told, he knows, he realized that he will never be able to have that opportunity. And I'm not sure, but he maybe would want to have those burdens. He would maybe do anything he could to have the opportunity to have those burdens, to have the same issues that we have had. And it's just insane when somebody close to you, especially in such a young age, that they're not living today. They're not going to school as you are and stuff like that. It's just, you really don't know anything. And I was also reading some news today as well, where I believe the OnlyFans, do not quote me on this, but the founder or some important man from OnlyFans died today. I could only guess that that person would have extremely amount of money, power, whatever, on top. Feel like you're on top of the world, you're gonna live to see that. But he also died of cancer. No amount of success, material success, will save you from certain death. And yeah, it's just that the world, it's not, the world is evil. It's not fairy tales. It has never been. We all have the responsibility to make it a little bit better, of course, but it's not a nice world out there. It just isn't. And it's just insane. Yeah, I'm still sort of not reminiscing, that's not the word, but kind of going through that shock again. I have done that a couple of times, and it just makes me feel so, like, it makes me want to be so much more harsh against myself. Not in the way that, you should do and everything anytime, not that kind of thing, but not being too hard with yourself, and of course be critical to yourself and things like that, but it's not that serious, and it is going to be okay. If not, that's how it's going to be. It's not, I'm not in a position to really say that, but it's just that when he was I don't know when he was told of this, of course. But before he got the news, his world, his perspective, his everything was like the opposite, the completely different from what he would have after he got the news about the cancer. It's just, yeah, it's an evil world, and a guy who literally didn't deserve it, and I never would. You wouldn't wish that upon any enemy, and he probably had all the will and the wish and everything to wanted to keep going and to live, but nature and all the factors just said no to him. And to face that is, I couldn't imagine. It's just, yeah, it's just shocking, really. There's, I don't really remember the statistics, but I think it was around 100,000, over 100,000 people die every day, and I'm pretty certain everybody don't know all the names. They don't get read out the same way that famous people do, I guess. And all the other stuff on the news. And that was not a dig or anything, but you get what I'm saying. And the world continues, and when you experience a loss as well, you sort of have that expectation that the world should wait for you to do this and that, and should know what you're going through. But apart from close family and friends who know, people won't know, and it will just continue. The bus, the tram, the metro are still going to move on, still going, and all the people in that metro, tram, bus, whatever, still going to have a lot of worries about stuff, rightly so. And they're also going to have some stupid problems and stressed out things in the same way I have. That really doesn't matter. Sorry. But it's just, yeah, it's just like, it's quite shocking, really, when someone you knew the same age as you. Sorry about that. That was my alarm going off. But someone as old as you just stops completely. They're not here anymore, in the same way that your last iPhone got destroyed. Bam. And suddenly they are not there, not knowing, a lot of them, or I don't know how many, but there's a lot of people who are not knowing and still meet that fate. And we all are, I guess. But it's just like, when he's the same age, and he has or had the dreams, the same kind of, or a lot of same issues I had, dreams of becoming a football player, such and such, the dreams and the thoughts of being a grown-up, being an adult, having kids, having a family, and then all is gone in one, I don't know, diagnose and all that stuff. It's just, yeah, it's just so, yeah, I don't know. You don't really have any words when things like that. It's just kind of shocking, I guess. Like I can't speak for him. Obviously, I can't. But I can imagine. No, I really can't imagine. It's no facts of this, but being told that you're slowing down and the rest and everybody else are going to move forward in that pace. It's like a marathon. Everybody else are going that way. And then you are told you are there you are. While the other runners going through to their finish line. And you are going here. And that's all your friends, all your families, everybody you know, everything you know of. And it's unfair. It isn't fair at all. At all. It isn't fair at all. So, yeah, I can't really imagine the thought and the moment. Like, yeah, it's just, being told, and then a feeling of being behind fixing your grades to get into a university when a lot of your friends already are in a university. You feel like you're behind on a path, and it sounds so stupid saying that when someone I knew literally had to realize and being told that the falling behind on school and stuff, that doesn't apply to you because you are not going to see that. You see those days. It's just heartbreaking, really. So yeah, that was mainly what I was talking about today. So it's been long. It's been a long video enough. I think I'll call this title or this video "Death." Obviously, I don't know too much about it. Who does? Yeah, of course, person who has experienced more, of course, would know. Perhaps, but you know what I mean. The topic is that. So I hope you had a good day. Hope you will have a good day. I wish you the best as always. Have a laugh, have a smile, and be kind. And I will see you tomorrow. Rest in peace to the man I knew, and all the love to his family.